All right. Family, welcome to another edition of the Shepherd's Corner with yours truly, Pastor Sean. Let's get into it. The purpose of the Shepherd's Corner is to provide insight, guidance, and instruction to those who belong to our Heavenly Abba. We have no desire to claim you as if we have authority over you. We only desire to serve, being an extended hand representing the Most High God. So, without any further ado, let's go. All right. So, I want to retouch on the statement that I made in the last previous edition of the Shepherd's Corner because there were some edits I seen that needed to be made. So I want to correct those things and speak on it one more time. All right. So let's talk about it. All right. So the stage is set. We must be sober minded. Beloved, sheep are not blind, but the ability to see what's in front of them is poor because of the positioning of their eyes. I'll leave it to you to research this and find out what I'm saying in terms of a natural perspective and how it applies for for even a spiritual perspective. But I'm going to continue on. The same, as I'm saying, the same can be said about us when it comes to our discernment, right? What we perceive. Without the spirit of Abba leading us, we are not able to see what's in front of us correctly. All right. That's why I wanted you to, when you get a chance, if you want to, I encourage you to research the positioning of the sheep's eyes and how it affects their ability to see what's in front of them. All right. You'll see that this runs congruent with the way that we can perceive and discern things if we're not led by the power of the set apart spirit of our Abba, okay? Our heavenly Abba. Many of us see with our natural abilities, such as our eyes, ears, emotions, through our gifts, talents, experiences, and our intelligence. However, the stage and the plot of the enemy is designed to get past our natural abilities and our defense mechanisms. Okay? He has studied us down to a T. He has studied mankind throughout generations. So he has designed a specific plot, right, and scheme to get through all of our natural abilities and our defense mechanisms. This is why we must be sober minded and we must be around. We have to be around those who are sober minded in the word of Abba, his spirit, and by following the example of his son. This is vital for our survival concerning what's ahead. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. So last on the last edition of the Shepherd's Corner, I spoke on the characteristics of a true shepherd's heart. What is the characteristics of a true shepherd's heart? What are they focused on? Right. I also spoke on the fact that because we have been mandated to be like the shepherd, right, and we know that Adonai is our shepherd, so we've been conformed and designed to be like a shepherd. So we all should carry a shepherd's heart. All right. So the last edition I spoke from First Thessalonians, the second chapter, verses 2 through 8. All right. And I believe I misspoke and said Corinthians at one point. So please forgive me. That's why I wanted to touch a little bit on the previous edition of the Shepherd's Corner to correct that. Even though I did read from First Thessalonians, the third chapter, verses 2 through 8, and I did make mention of it as well. But I looked, revisited that edition, and seen that I misspoke. So I wanted to correct that with this edition. All right. So with that being said, I still want to focus on, just touch on really quick, what would be the focus of a shepherd who has a true shepherd's heart? What should our focus be? Let's go to verse 5 of First Thessalonians, the third chapter. I encourage you to read the full chapter, but we're going to go to verse 5 and conclude at verse 6. Okay. It says, "This is why, when I could bear it no longer, I sent Timothy to find out whether your faith was still strong. I was afraid that the tempter had gotten the best of you and that our work had been useless." Verse 6, "But now Timothy has returned, bringing us good news about your faith and love. He reports that you always remember our visit with joy and that you want to see us as much as we want to see you." Why did I point that out? Why did I go specifically to point or verses 5 and 6? Because I just wanted to give a little short synopsis of what we talked about in the previous Shepherd's Corner edition. Okay, if you didn't look at that particular edition, please go back and review. Please feel free to review. All right. So the reasoning I'm bringing that up is because we need to know that a person who has a shepherd's heart, a true shepherd's heart, is concerned with your faith. They want to know if your faith is still strong. They don't want to know what you know about this issue, this subject matter, who's got the scoop on who. They don't want any money from you. They don't want to use you. They don't want to task you to carry out their vision, right? They want to make sure that your faith is still strong and that the tempter hasn't gotten the best of you, all right? This is the characteristic, the number one characteristic of a true shepherd who has a true shepherd's heart. Okay, who has the true shepherd's heart, the heart of the shepherd. All right, we all are sheep, but we also have been designed. We also go through our challenges, the trials and the testing of what we believe in is for the purpose of conforming us to the image of the Son. Romans 8:29. Okay, and who was the Son? He was the Messiah. Okay, but he also is the shepherd. He was commissioned by the Father to recover the lost sheep. All right, which makes him a shepherd, right? Okay, so if we are designed and conformed to be like him, who is the shepherd, then that would make us also shepherds, carrying his same heart, the same passion, the same purpose, being unified. So as he cares for us, we care for others. Okay, all right. So I'm saying all of that to say it's about your faith in the faith. Okay? This is about your faith in the faith. Beloved, First Timothy, the fourth chapter, the first verse, I should say, it says, the Spirit clearly says, and in one of your translations, it says it speaks expressly, which means I'm saying this over and over again. I'm making it very clear. No room for ambiguity, no unclear statements. All right? No ambiguous statements. It says the Spirit clearly says that in latter times, some will abandon the faith and following deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. Okay? All right? So just letting you know that it's not about your faith, it's about your faith in the faith. See that? First Timothy, the fourth chapter, and the first verse says that some will abandon the faith. Okay? Because if this is just predicated off of our faith, then our faith is belief. Okay? That's the definition of human faith. Human faith is belief. Belief in something, someone, etc. so forth. But that's not what the plan of salvation is about, beloved. And we cannot be carried away following deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. We must be careful not to be deceived by deceiving spirits. In another translation, it will say seducing spirits. All right? They will seduce you and make you think that it's predicated off of your faith. Just have faith. No, you have to have faith in the faith. Let's clarify. This is important. We have to clarify what we're talking about. We have to clarify what this word, what this plan of salvation, this gospel is about. The Basora, okay? The gospel, the truth. What is the truth about? What is this whole thing about? Is it about your faith or is it about your faith in the faith? It's about your faith in the faith. This is how Eve got deceived by the serpent. The serpent told Eve something, but that wasn't predicated off of what exactly was said by the Most High God. The Most High God did not say what the serpent said, but the serpent said something that was close to it, but not exactly that. And if we're not careful, we'll be deceived to think that this was about what whomever said, but your faith is not about, or I should say, the faith is not about faith in something or someone. Oh no, let's clarify. We got to clarify this. We got to clarify because if our faith is predicated on belief in something or someone, that means that if at any given moment it can change. See, if your faith, that's how some of us have gotten hurt, church hurt, right? Or we've grown weary of teaching and what people are saying. Why? Because we've been hurt by someone, and so and so the enemy wants to cause our hurt by someone or something to have a direct impact or influence on how you perceive the faith. My goodness. But this is why we are at the shepherd's corner desiring to wash our eyes, our perception, what we perceive, what we know to be. We want to wash our perception in the water of the pure word of the Most High God. Why? Because it will remove anything that is not like Him. It will remove all deceptive tactics and schemes and plots of the enemy to cause us to abandon the faith. So the question is, what is the faith? For that reason, we have to go to the word. Hebrews the 11th chapter. Hebrews the 11th chapter. All right? I'm pulling up my Bible right now. Hebrews the 11th chapter. Let's do it. We want to read verses 11, excuse me, Hebrews 11 chapter, verses 1 through 3. Verses 1 through 3. All right. Let me pull mine up. All right. So it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Watch this. For by it, the elders obtained a good report. So right now, it's starting to define what faith is, because a lot of times I know we've heard this before. Yeah, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And everybody say amen. But that's not all. You need to know what the faith is. So that means we have to keep reading in order for us to see clearly what the faith is, because the Spirit speaks clearly, not ambiguous, unclear statements, not statements left up to human perception and interpretation. No, we want to get direct, clear understanding. All right. In all of our ways, we have to get an understanding. All right. In all of the getting, please get an understanding. So let's keep going. It says, for by it. So now it's identifying that it's something. All right. It's not just a belief in something or someone. It's something specific is what I want to say. This is getting specific. So we want to get the specifics. All right. So let's go to the next verse. It says, by faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yah. Okay. That's short for Yahuwah. Okay. That's short for Yahuwah. And Yahuwah is the name of God. Okay. All right. So God is a title. Research that. Define that. You'll see it when you look in the dictionary and you define what God is. What's the meaning of God? It will say a title of a deity. Okay, so I don't believe in just a title. Whew. See, when you desire to become accurate, when you desire the word, when you desire to be truly on point, and you desire the truth, the sincere milk of the word will begin to reveal itself to you and make itself clear to you. The word doesn't need any commentary or extra stuff added to it. That's just us speaking. But I desire at the shepherd's corner to speak clearly the things of the Most High God. All right. So now that I know that his name is not God, this is just me. Now that I know his name is not God, I don't task anyone with it. I'm just showing you how, as you continue to study, you are going to start wanting to know more, and the word itself will come to you and give you the more. All right. So that will make you not ashamed. So the reason why I'm not ashamed to say the name of the Most High God is because I've been studying the word of the Most High God. I can't just call him God. I cannot put him on the same level as any other God because he said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." So I said, well, since you said that in your word, I want to know, what is your name? I want to know the names of my father, my Abba. And so that the reason why you may hear me say the Most High God, that's El Elyon. Okay, that means Most High God. What that means. I can't just call him God because I got to put some respect on his name because I've been studying him so much that my love for him has been developing to the point where I don't want to just call him what someone told me. I want to call him what he said his name was, what he revealed to me. And if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. Amen. But I do not hold anyone or task anyone with the responsibility of knowing all the names of the Most High God. This happens when you study thoroughly, when you rid yourself of all religious jargon and you just desire to know him. He will reveal himself to you. Yes, he will. Amen. So let's keep going. We know that the worlds were framed by the word of Yah, so that the things which are seen were not made by the things which do appear. So now we've just clarified what faith is. Faith is the word of Yah, the word of the Most High God, El Elyon. That's what faith is. So our faith, our belief, right, it must be in the faith. The faith is the word of Yah, the word of the Most High God. If our belief is not truly in the word of the Most High God, then we will be swayed and tossed to and fro in these next days and times to come. Culture is being shifted. There's an upheaval happening. I want to encourage you to also go on the channel and look up the upheaval series, teaching series 1 and 2. We're getting ready to do series 3. It's going to be a 3A and a part 3B. We're getting ready to do that. So I want to encourage you to look on the channel for the upheaval series. There is an upheaval that is happening, that's going on right now. And if our faith is not in the faith, we will be shaken. We will be shaken. We will be tempted to abandon the faith. Why? Because our faith was not really in the faith. Our faith was in what we could see, what we could get, what we could hear, what we could perceive, what we thought. But the faith goes past what we think, what we feel. And Jeremiah says, my ways, the Most High God revealed to the prophet Jeremiah, he says, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. They're higher than that. So if we don't study to show ourselves approved, our affections will be set on things below that fade, not on things above that are eternal. which represents the eternal, all wise, most high God. So if we're not set on him, then we will clearly be set up for disaster and destruction. This is why at the Shepherd's Corner, this particular edition, I wanted to strongly, the urging of the Most High God was urging me, pushing me, pulling me to clarify once again the importance of our faith being found in the faith. Amen. So in our conclusion, beloved, our faith will be tested to see if it was truly in the faith or not. This is my time for the Shepherd's Corner. Beloved, I want to encourage you to spend time in the Word. Take these scriptures, take these messages, and truly seek the Father and ask Him to strengthen you in the faith, correct you in the faith, encourage you in the faith, so that your faith will truly be strong. And when someone asks you, why do you have strong faith? You'll be able to say, oh, my faith is not strong by itself. My faith is strong in the faith. And you'll be able to clarify what the faith is, to be a witness, to be an encouragement. All right? Amen. That's my time. I look forward to spending more time with you again. The upheaval series is getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to take place again, part 3A, because there's going to be a part 3B. But again, if you have the time, review the other series, series 1 and 2, to get caught up. So we're going to do a little refresher, and then we're going to keep moving. But thank you so much for taking time out to spend time at the Shepherd's Corner. Be abundantly blessed.